The pact exists because magic without limits produced constant war. The witches who survived it built a system to make sure it never happened again. That system is now under pressure, once again from the Brimmed Caps, practicing the exact spells the pact sealed away. And at the center of whatever they're building is a girl who just became an apprentice. She doesn't know it yet, but the atelier she's living in is already inside it. The Apprentices Safety in Qifrey Atelier is of the utmost importance going forward. Following the incident in Callan, firstly, what we know is that in a group, one target makes every girl vulnerable. A normal apprentice at a countryside atelier carries ordinary risk, a spell that goes wrong on paper, a test that pushes your limits. What it does not carry is exposure to a forbidden magic faction that has been dormant for 4 years. The other 3 girls did not sign up for that. They are in it because of who their 4th girl is, and the Brimmed Caps already know their faces. The exposure doesn't stop there. Before Coco said her name inside of that atelier, the other girls already knew her reputation. Her presence had reached the broader witch world before she arrived. The Great Hall is now watching this specific atelier in a way it wasn't before, and the threat of the Knights Moralis, witches who erase not just memory, but the passion for magic itself, sits over this household because of the situation Coco represents. This is not a theoretical risk. This is the condition these girls are practicing magic under every single day. Secondly, inside the atelier, something else is happening entirely. Coco brings a notable presence to the group. What Coco presence is doing to each of these girls as practitioners of magic and as people will fortify and test each girl in her own way. Agott is someone who's been outworking the room for a long time. The fundamentals Coco is still learning. Agott has lived those long enough that they're automatic. Her preparation is not accidental. She walks into any situation already steps ahead with contingencies ready to close. That kind of discipline doesn't come from talent. It comes from someone who decided early that preparation was the one thing fully within her control. Her identity is built on being the best in that room. And then Coco arrives, not competing, not even trying to, and keeps producing results that Agott cannot dismiss. That is a specific kind of threat. Coco's approach doesn't follow the rules Agott's identity is built on. So watch what Coco's presence has done to her. She is paying closer attention than she lets on. Basically, Agott is paying closer attention than she lets on. She ends up exactly where she said she did not want to be. She pushes toward danger nobody asked her to face. Coco didn't soften Agott. She is sharpening her. That rivalry is going to push Agott further than her own discipline ever would have alone. Tetia carries something she rarely shows. Underneath all the warmth is a girl who worries that the kind of magic she makes doesn't matter, that it won't be remembered, that it isn't serious enough to count. Coco is the first person who looked at what Tetia creates and didn't qualify it. That validation came from the least expected direction, and it unlocked something. Tetia has ambition she's been apologizing for, spells she wants to submit for official consideration so all witches can use them someday. Coco is the one who took that seriously first. That matters more than any single story beat. Richeh is the quietest read, but her impact is precise. The kind of problems Coco generates keeps requiring exactly what Richeh does best. Before Coco, her precision is a trait. After Coco, it becomes the hinge situations turn on. She hasn't changed, but her stage has. Lastly, what Qifrey knows and what it means for where the story is going is crucial, and it's going to make for an excellent spectacle in the story as the Brimmed Caps start to show themselves, and we find out what it is that Qifrey knows, but he hasn't shared yet. He knew who he was dealing with before Coco finished describing the picture book back in Volume 1. He has been tracking the Brimmed Caps. He brought Coco into the atelier with a purpose. She was a lead, a clue, the closest thread to a faction he'd been watching for years. What he didn't account for is that the Brimmed Caps would move first or move faster than he expected. He miscalculated. He thought Coco would lead him to them. Instead, they came for her. That changes his position completely, and it changes the Atelier's position with it. And the Brimmed Caps are not finished. The masked figure's language about Coco is not the language of someone who lost. It is the language of someone who has been extraordinarily patient and believes everything is proceeding exactly as planned. The seed has sprouted. There will come a glorious time. That is a long game. These girls are practicing magic inside of an unusual situation, whether they know it or not. Coco's presence didn't just add someone to the group. It changed the conditions under which everything is happening. The safety, the learning, the stakes. And the pressure is not easing, it's building. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you for watching, for hanging in there. I hope you're enjoying these videos. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and comment for more Witch Hat Atelier. Please share this video. As always, keep talking manga with me. Thanks for stopping by and watching.